And the series continues. Craftsman. Craftsman is in the house. We're going to look at a vintage V symbol on it. That's over 40 years old socket. A newer USA socket. This was in the, I think 2010 I bought that. China and Taiwan. I'm not sure that one's Taiwan though, but it's definitely different than the one that's China. So, okay, before we get into that, today is Sunday. And next Saturday, 6 days from now, I'm giving away these tone, long pattern, double box, flex head ratchets. It's a 4-piece set made by Tone, which is Japan. It's got the 72 tooth. It's got the reverse lever. These are really nice. It's got the detent to hold it in position. It's got the 0-degree offset. And it's got like the built-in socket. So if you want to get into a recess area, or you want to keep it away from, what you're working on. So that comes in handy. And the other end's a 12-point box. If you have subscribed, you got a chance of winning this. It's over a $200 set. It's a 4-piece set. It's as easy as that. If you have subscribed, you got a chance of winning that. Getting off of that, let's move on here. We're going to look at sockets today. The first one we're going to look at is going to be the one made in the United States. This is vintage, guys. This is really old. This is over 40 years old. Made in USA. They're all 19 mil. There's a number. You can see the V series on it, the V number. These are over 40 years old. This one's been through the ringer. Wow, that's old. And then you got the newer USA. These were made in USA, but these are, I'll show you, USA. But these were made, I'm not sure where they made them, but these have a laser etching. I could not stand that. It is stamped as well, but I never liked the laser etching. They're all 19 millimeter sockets. This one I'm pretty sure is China. And I'm not 100% positive on these, but the Z-AL, let me know if I'm wrong. I think it's China. And there's the number. And there's a China one. And this one I think is Taiwan. They're all 19 mil. Okay, let's take a look at the inside of it. Okay, here's the old USA, the V number. If you notice that the points are really, they're pronounced, the points, even against the newer USA. If you can pick up the camera, the newer USA one is not as pronounced, the points. If you can pick that up or not. The broaching is about that. The broaching on these is, the newer USA is not as deep. The old USA has the deepest broaching of all 4 of these. I can tell you that right now. There's a Taiwan and Chinese ones. These are brand new sockets. I haven't even used them. And the broaching on these is very similar. It's not as deep as the old USA. Okay. Put those aside here. And now we're going to weigh them. And I think the broaching's got something to do with because the broaching on the old USA V is only 73.3 grams. That's pretty light. Okay, the newer USA is a little more at 77. And then we're going to go into the China one. That one's a little bit lighter. And last but not least, the Taiwan one. That one's a lot heavier. That's the heaviest of the 4. But I also think because of the broaching is not as deep. I don't think you can pick it up in the camera. It's not as deep. You can probably see it there. You can barely see the old USA from that angle. The bottom, you can see the Taiwan one clear as day. So that's probably why it's the heaviest. That Taiwan socket is very heavy. How do they fit the fastener? That's another thing. Okay, this is the USA, old school USA. See if we can get it picked up for you. 19 mil. That's pretty snug. Here's a newer USA. That is not as snug. That's a little bit sloppier than the old USA. Here is the China one. China one's got some play in it. They all got play, but And here's the Taiwan. Taiwan one's pretty good. The Taiwan is between the Taiwan and the old V series Craftsman. That one, there's the old USA. Back to the Taiwan. These two are pretty close, the Taiwan and the USA. If it's even Taiwan, it could be China, but I'm not finding otherwise. Now let's look at how they fit how do they fit an extension? Here's the old USA. Here's the newer USA. I'm not seeing much of a difference in this. The China one's got the most slop of those three. About the same. I think the China's got the most slop as far as that goes. Now let's put it, that was the other thing I wanted to show you, was where the extension goes in. It's a little different. There's the old USA. That's the same as the newer USA goes. But when you compare it to the China one, it's different on where the anvil goes in. You'll see how it's cut out here. If I can get the focus, you'll see it. It's got the little slots there, if you can see it right there. That's the China one versus the old USA. You can see how much that one's been used, hey guys? That's 40 plus years old, so it is different how it's cut out. I noticed that as well. How it fits the ratchet next. Let's go with the oldest one here. This is the vintage. I love these old sockets. I'll never get rid of it. This is the old one. We'll put the ratchet on it. That's pretty tight still, and that's been used a lot. The newer USA, the one with the laser etching, which I never cared for. It's got a little bit more play. You can see it there. Let's go back to the old USA one. This one's a little bit snugger, the old USA. Let's go to the China one. That one's got the most slop so far. Look at that. That's the China one. You can pick it up in the camera. I'm trying to pick it up for you. That's got the most slop so far. Let's go to the Taiwan one. Taiwan one's pretty good. The China one was the worst on that. I'm going to do a test, not today, but in the future. I'm going to do different brands, and I'm going to test the hardness of the chrome. I'm going to probably have a few in there, different brands. It's going to be Tecton, it'll be Craftsman, it'll be a bunch of them, and we're going to test the hardness of the chrome. But how do I feel about these? Well, I always loved my old Craftsman V series. It's still a work. That could still be a workhorse for you. I don't see any reason why not. It just it's held up over the years, and you can see how much it's been used. It's been beat to hell, and it had good tolerances, and it was definitely a good socket. I never cared for newer USA. I'm not trying to, I like USA stuff, but I never cared for this series they had. If I can pick this up in the camera. Still USA, but it was one with a laser etching. This was the early, like 2010, I think I bought that set. I never cared for them. And the one that's made in China, it's got good stampings. You can see it's got good visibility. But I don't think it's that good of a socket compared to the old stock. Just my opinion. Your opinion may vary. But that's my thoughts on that one. The broaching is definitely a lot deeper on the old compared to the newer stock. And there's the one I think it's Taiwan, but I'm not positive. Let me know, you guys. You guys think otherwise? Let me know. But that's got some heavy stampings. It's definitely different than the one made in China. And that was the heaviest by far. I put it back on there. That was the heaviest socket, but the broaching's not as deep, so that's probably why. Yeah, see, that socket was almost 83 grams versus the old USA, 73 grams. So that's a big difference, but like I said, it could be because of the broaching. I'm sure that's part of the reason why, because the new Taiwan is not as deep as the USA. You can see it there. All right, guys, just my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I thought it was pretty interesting. You got different eras here. And craftsman sockets. You got the old ones? Hang on to them. They're still good. Taiwan ones aren't bad. China, and newer USA ones there. Before they went overseas, I never cared for them. That's just me being me. I hated that laser etch. Okay, guys, have a good day and stay tuned. We'll continue the series tomorrow. All right, take care.